Trimester 2, the students will be working on National History Day. To introduce this concept to the students, I created a National History Day PowerPoint. National History Day, Coming Competition Ready by Yvonne Carlson. What is it all about? Well, let's check out this video to learn more about National History Day in Minnesota. Okay, this video isn't working there. It's one of the things about making a hot links. Now that we know about National History Day, we need to choose a category. Which one will you choose? Research paper? Documentary? A reenactment? A visual display? Or a website? Which one do you feel drawn to?
History class can be boring sometimes because I think sometimes the material can seem very dry.
Have you ever wondered why it's hard to feel a connection with history?
When it's just like you have to memorize, that's no fun.
Does studying history seem like it's irrelevant to your life?
How am I ever going to use this stuff?
History class.
So, picking a topic that connects to your theme is the next thing you want to do once you know what category you're going to be working with. Picking a topic, there are several activities you need to go through. First, you need to take some time to explore unknown topics, people, and events. Then, choose out from one of those topics to focus on. After you find which topic you're going to focus on, you need to work on developing a thesis statement. There are several things that you can do to work on your thesis statement, and looking at some examples is a good way to get a start on what you want to achieve with your thesis statement. After you get through your topic picking process, you want to do some self-assessment and make sure that your topic connects to the theme. The theme for the 2017 National History Day is taking a stand. And since we're in Minnesota history as sixth graders, how can you connect taking a stand with Minnesota history? As you get ready to do your research, you need to think about the copyright laws. Reviewing copyright rules is important. You can click here on the copyright rules to review them, or go into the Creative Commons video to learn how you can use the Creative Commons property in your research and follow the Creative Commons rules for those. Next, you're going to want to be working on your link. How do you link your topic to the people, places, and time with becoming Minnesotan? Here is a video link for discovering the oral history of Minnesotans and how to do an oral history. As you study about Minnesotans and what brings people to Minnesota, you'll learn that many of the people groups who have been more recently joining the state as citizens are Asian Indians, Filipinos, Hmong, Khmer, Latinos, Somali, and Tibetans. Making of an oral history takes several steps. First, you can explore why you should do an oral history. How does gaining these primary resources help you understand your topic and the story you want to tell? Getting started on your oral history project is an important next step. After that, you can work on preparing for your interview and doing individual research to get ready for your interview. You're going to need to write some interview questions and figure out how those fit in with your script. Then you're going to make your appointment and conduct your interview. And finally, you can take a look at some of the collections of interviews that have been collected in our Minnesota History Archives and learn some things from histories that have already been archived. You might want to use one of those for your research, or you might gain some ideas of how to do your oral history project. Next, I'm going to look at some resources that you have been exploring in our class with our Northern Lights e-learning textbook that we've been going through this year, and the Minnesota A History of the Land documentary that we have explored. These are excellent resources that have built your knowledge bank, and you can look back at those and add to these resources. Interactive maps are a great way to learn more about the state and about the people in it. The continental view of the Minnesota, this interactive map goes along with a history of the land and is a great interactive map for learning different aspects about the geography of Minnesota and how the state's major biomes and the major watersheds affect the way people populated the state. The other interactive map is a lot of different links that you can click on to find about writers that were from Minnesota, who might be people of interest for your project or somebody who could be a good reference for the area that you are studying about. There's also other resources for maps that you can look at through the Department of Natural Resources, and you can click on this link to get you to many more excellent maps. Next up is an excellent video of behind the scenes. Daryl Davis created a behind the scenes documentary of his own process of making a documentary that is very interesting to help get an idea of how much time it's going to take and what steps are the process that he went through to create his documentary. Then you can click on the link and see the final product that he made and the results that he got in his entry. It's always good to take a look at the work of others and their process, and you can learn so much about the good experiences of others. Next, there is a professional documentary maker, J.R. Martin, who has provided a website to teach aspiring documentary makers how to go through the process of script writing. It's an excellent resource. I recommend that you view this video so that you can get good information and tips on how to write your shooting script and then write your editing script as you go through your process of doing a documentary. My bibliography for the resources that have been highlighted in this PowerPoint share the introduction of National History Day. The end. And that is the end of the PowerPoint. This is going to be a great resource for the students to look back on. It'll be online for them to use, and all the hot links in it will help them go through the process and make choices for picking their the way that they want to do this project.